This is the Man in a Room podcast.
In the last episode, I told you about the funniest prank that anyone's ever pulled on me. That was my friend, who I work with, decided to tell people before I work with other people that my name was Chris. And it's actually stuck. 8 months down the line, people are still calling me Chris. It's very funny. Well, I talked about it in the last episode, and more people now think it's funny to start calling me Chris as well. Doesn't bother me. Call me whatever you want, doesn't matter. But, you know, I was like, okay, so I wasn't expecting to have the whole Chris thing happening online now, and in real life, because people I know listen to this show and have started calling me Chris. They think it's funny. So, thanks, friend. Your joke just keeps on giving. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to talk to you today about the tuck shop at my old school, because I remember the first time I ever went to middle school, and they had this tuck shop, and I was like, what is a tuck shop? My sister was there. She's like, I'll show you what to do. All you've got to do is you just follow me, and there's this place where they serve food, like from, you know, the din ladies. They're there, they make food for break time as well. So I didn't know that. They sell like cakes, they sold milkshakes. Oh my goodness, their milkshakes. They used to have strawberry, banana, chocolate, and then they have stuff like mint chocolate chip. I was like, what? That was so nice. And my favourite one was Fruits of the Forest. I loved Fruits of the Forest. And in fact, anytime I see the words Fruits of the Forest like advertised for a flavour, I'm like, I want that, because I want to achieve the Fruits of the Forest milkshake that I had years ago. And you know what? I've never achieved it. I can still picture it. It was like this frothy milk kind of thing in this plastic cup. And it's purple. And it smelt great, and it tasted great. And I used to be obsessed with it. And it used to be really good, this tuck shop. I remember people used to just go there and they used to queue up and chat. It'd be quite sociable, you know, stand around. And I remember things being really cheap. Now, the thing is, I say cheap by today's standards. Like, I remember they used to sell these little cartons of milk. They were like a third of a pint. And it's just a carton of milk, but it had Care Bears on it. Don't ask. Even back then, I remember it being a bit dated because people didn't really like Care Bears back then. But apparently Care Bears were still being used as milk cartons back in the early 90s, and I just remember always having one. This is downing it. It's like 11p for a third of a pint of milk, which actually isn't bad. It's like 33p for a pint of milk, and that was extortionate back then. But I remember the tuck shop was really sort of tucked away, really far back of the school. So I remember my first year, I was like pretty much the front of the school. Now it's literally like the very back of the school. Literally, you have to go around everywhere. You have to go past year 5, year 6, year 7 even. You have to go past year 7 to get to the tuck shop. And yeah, it was a bit of a trek, but it was a bit of fun, you know. So I'm just going to go to the tuck shop, and you just run there so you can get your stuff, and so then you can eat it or whatever. They used to sell soup as well, minestrone soup in the winter to keep you warm. And in the summer, they'd sell Coca Floats, which is basically like a lump of ice cream in a glass of Coca-Cola. It was great. And yeah, I remember that. I remember one very early on, I remember going past the year 7 block, and there being like this really massive, disgusting bogey on like a door. I was like, ugh, it's a fire door. I was like, that is a disgusting bogey. And everyone walked past it and being like, oh, it's disgusting. I can still picture it. It's this big, like, crusty, milky bogey. Yeah, that sort of colour, you know? Like someone's just literally gone, out of their nose, and just landed on this fire escape, and that's it. And they've just left it there. And everyone was sort of being grossed out about it. I remember walking past it on my way back from the tuck shop and being like, oh, it's still there, kind of stuff. Of course it's still there. Why wouldn't it be? Who would have got rid of that in that time? But I remember sort of not really thinking much of it. After that, really, it's just a thing that happened. But it wasn't until lunchtime that something started to happen. Word got round that this year 6 boy was going to eat the bogey, you know, for money. And I was like, what? Now, the thing is, right, you have to bear in mind, this was way back when. This is the 90s. There wasn't much to do then. People, if you had like a watch with a calculator in it, you were considered pretty technologically savvy. So a kid eating a bogey is quite a big piece of news. And so basically what was going on was during the lunch break, this kid agreed to apparently eat this bogey, and he'd eat it if people gave him money for it. It wasn't like an admission thing, but he'd eat it for like a lump sum of money pretty much. And these kids were just basically going around trying to raise the funds to get this kid to eat the bogey. Like it was basically like a boxing match where they basically pay 2 boxers to have a fight, apart from they're paying some kid to eat a bogey. Yeah, I remember them trying to fundraise for the bogey eating. And I was like, that's disgusting. I didn't know if I wanted to see it or not, you know. And what's really funny about it is that how much he was going to eat the bogey for, it has stuck in my mind because of how little it actually is when you actually think about it. But like I said, 11p for a third of a pint of milk, it's quite expensive back then. To put into perspective, a bar of chocolate a packet of Crispies used to be 21p, 20p, 21p, and a bar of chocolate was like 30p. A same bar of chocolate nowadays is like £1. So you can imagine it's 3 times the amount at least, if not more. And so basically, this kid was going to eat this bogey for £3. For £3, £3 is a lot. Like, you can buy books for £3. That's like equivalent of like a tenner now, which I still think isn't enough to eat a bogey. But again, there wasn't much to do back then. And I remember the hype going around the playground. I was like, oh my goodness, that kid's going to eat the bogey. So we started going towards the Year 7 block, and he was nowhere to be seen, this kid. I was like, where's the kid? And people was like, where's he gone? And like, someone started the chant, "Why are we waiting? We are suffocating." I don't know what that means, but that's something that we used to sing. And so what actually happened was, I remember, obviously there's a big group of kids just huddled around this fire door for some reason. The din lady's like, what's going on over there? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Why are there no kids on the playground? Why are they all huddled around this fire exit? Something's happening. And so the din lady came along and was like, what's going on over here? And then some little squeal was all like, someone's going to eat that bogey. I don't know what the kid's name is, I can't remember. And literally remember the din lady reached into her pocket, got a tissue, and just grabbed the bogey and put it in the bin. It was disgusting because it's sort of like, it was stretchy almost. It started to dry a little bit, but it's still a little bit, it had its elasticity still about it. And to this day, I do wonder, would that kid have eaten that bogey for £3? And would it be something that he would talk about? Would he have then been known as the bogey eater? Because something like that at school would stick with you. So yeah, crazy times. Would you eat a bogey for £3? I probably wouldn't. Actually, let me rephrase that. Not that I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't. Anyone eating bogeys? No. Don't eat bogeys. It's just wrong.
Who is the man? Where is the room? It's some guy you've never heard of, in a room you've never been in. For more information, head over to maninaroom.co.uk.
Before I go, I just want to just a quick reminder for some people listening. Don't forget to put your bins out, because there's been a couple of bank holidays recently and the bin day has changed. So today is the day you need to put your bin out. Not everybody has to put it out, but there are some people that need reminding. So here I am reminding you.